See these beautiful hats? They're on the bottom of all my videos. You can log in, click on it actually, and just purchase one. Support the channel. Let's get into it. Okay, I woke up this morning. Right now in California, it's about 6 o'clock. But the people had a real scare. A real scare. Imagine you you get up, you wake up, you're 2 hours ahead of time, and you go through TSA and all these types of things, and then they tell you, hey, we got an implement threat and you need to evacuate the building. Those what the people of California who was flying out of California experienced this morning. Not only did they experience that, imagine the traffic that it caused. Imagine the cancellations that it caused. Imagine the delays that it caused. And it didn't just affect San Francisco airport. It affected all of the airports for the most part because it's international, and also all the connecting flights. Like there already is a shortage of pilots. There already is a shortage of airport workers. So when you look at it from a standpoint of the dynamics of any given day, and this is why we say that, like they made the movie Any Given Day, letting you know that things could be disruptive at any given day. You know, today is going to be a hectic day for every airport. Typically, when they have a imminent threat like that, typically they all airports they go into that mode. You know, TSA have to step their game up. They bring the dogs out more. You know, they watch, they check more. Everything is just more and more and more, which causes more delay and more stress upon the actual customers who's actually paid their money to travel from one place to the next. But all these events are happening back to back, back to back, back to back. And if you're not preparing yourself for intimate situation, then obviously at this point in time, something is wrong with you. Um, you know, they everything is in front of your face, letting you know that at any given moment you could be in a situation or circumstances where things as you know it won't be the same. And if you ain't prepared, I mean, I don't know what to say right now, but I know this. I do know this. I know that smart people have been preparing for years. And I know that there's those who waking up who have started to prepare. And I know that there's those who are preparing for a cash system collapse. There's those who are preparing for uh, things, system collapse, uh, all out. I can't say all out WW3. There's those who are preparing for numerous of things. And at this point in time, if you still got your head in a box, fold up, and you walk around like you don't see what's going on, then you're a part of the problem. Because at the end of the day, it can't get no more chaotic than what it's been the past 2 years, and rather the past month. It can't get no more chaotic than that for you to open your eyes up. Inflation is good morning. Inflation is definitely destroying the world. The world is in a world recession. People are on edge. There's a lack of food because of who own the farmlands. There's contamination water. When you look at the world's supposed to run out, a quarter of the world's supposed to be waterless by 2025. And when you look and when you throw in these events that's triggerating, you know, things are crazy. You got Roe versus Wade. You got the Second Amendment is under attack. You got Italy prime minister resigning. You got the guy in Asia, in Japan. What happened to him, the prime minister over there, former prime minister over there? You got Boris Johnson. He stepped down. You got all the CEOs stepping down. You got companies that gonna fold under in the next couple of months. You got the return of the invisible enemy. You got the monkeypox running around. You got uh, so many different events that you have going on. If you still sleep, something is wrong with you. It's all over YouTube while you still have YouTube to actually go around some of these people. Exactly. You got the Georgia Guidestones. Um, but they got so many different resources right now for you to reach out, or just type in and try to get yourself prepared for these events, because things are just unbelievable. I mean, shot. Look, it's just unbelievable. The events that's going on is just totally unbelievable. It's not a doleful day that you wake up that things don't happen. Listen, every Friday going into the weekend is breaking news. I always talk about that. Every Friday going to the weekend is breaking news. You got the quote unquote massive shootings that's transpiring across the country. You got Sri Lanka, where the military was told to take the country back by all means, take all the back by all means. You got Italy, their system is collapsing. You got China, they froze the citizens' bank accounts. You got Canada, their banks had a power outage. Well, I mean, had an outage where the citizens, millions of citizens couldn't get no money or no credit, use credit or anything. I mean, this is going across the world. You got Russia shutting up shop in Central America and with Mexico, aligning with Mexico so they could be within reach of America. You got all these different things are transpiring. You got CERN opening up a portal. I mean, not open up a portal, because I don't want to speak incorrect. You got CERN turned on a machine that's the greatest experiment of mankind, not knowing what type of effects it's going to have on mankind, because there's no study of when they create something and they build something, they don't know what the outcome of it going to be. An experiment, it is what it is. It's an experiment, so you don't know until you actually try the experiment. So they turned on something not knowing what it was going effects it was going to have on humans. You got. I mean, the list go on and on and on and on and on. And if you ain't preparing, something is wrong with you at this point in time. If you still stuck on race and race bait and religion bait and not preparing, something is wrong with you. And it just don't make sense. Like I said, like I've been saying, what's going on in San Francisco right now, California, New York, they always the test subjects. They always the test subjects. And I have people in the comment section from LA saying, "Oh no, no, nah, California and New York is always the test subjects." You know why? They both got gun control laws in those states, and at the end of the day, down south ain't gonna have that. Down south not gonna have that. Yes, that's what it means. So at the end of the day, when you looking at all these things and you realizing all these things and you seeing all these things, how you don't have 10 cases of water, 5 cases of water, how you don't have, you know, 4 or 5 packs of toilet paper, how you don't have canned goods, how you don't have rice, and these are things that you can acquire over a significant amount of time. You can get these things over a significant amount of time. How you don't have, I ain't talking about AIDS and all that, because everybody ain't farmers and everybody, but I'm saying like things that don't expire for 2 3 years. Spring water, it never expires. On Google, they just change it and say now it expires 2 3 years. That's because they're doing something different with the water. 2 3, just 6 7 months ago, they were saying spring water never expires. You know, so it's like everything is being tampered with. The ocean is being depleted of fish, because that's where they test their things. When when they launch off things, it falls into the ocean and they test the ocean. So all that radiation and all that chemical based things, they go into the ocean, and it's depleting the fish. It's killing the fish. Or either we eating the fish and we're being contaminated with the things that they actually literally. So we are basically just test subjects too. So you got to prepare yourself. That's why I salute. That's why I had put out a comment a while back to the preppers, and I saluted a bunch of different preppers because I started following their channels, like watching their channels and seeing what they do, not what they talk about, but I'm talking about more like, how they prepare for situations and events. And I started watching them, and I started saying, you know what? I like what they do. I like what they got going on, because in the event of situations, they're preparing themselves and their family mentally and physically, how to condition their body and condition their mind for situations that most people not. So I salute them for that, because I really, these things are really, really transpiring. You know what I mean? They're really, really transpiring. And when you see these things, how can you just turn the eye? How can you really just turn the eye? You seeing these things transpire. How can you just turn the eye and just don't prepare at all? You know, the work, yeah, if you had any, and you guys noticed the 4th of July was what, last week. So after the businesses made their money and things was gonna slow down, they have another situation that occurred that they know that they could utilize to make you stay grounded, right? So this situation gonna make people be pretty much grounded, because some people gonna be nervous to travel. You see what I'm saying? Some people gonna be nervous to travel, right? And it's gonna crush the economy more. And when I say crush the economy, inflation is crushing the economy. It's gonna crush the economy more, meaning that the supply chain gonna be affected, because the waters was affected, the container ships was affected. Now, if you affect the skies, you can't really get anything in and out. Now things are really going to be by the road. So then now all supplies got to be domestic. You see what I'm saying? And it's just the nature of it. This the nature of it. You know, and the people, the nature of it, and this is what they're trying to do. It's a food shortage for a reason. Look who's the owners of all the food land. That's what I do. That's what I do. When I go find out, like food shortage, I go find out. I research where we get our food from, where food come from. I understand that it come from farmers and it come from the ground. Point blank, come from God, the Creator. Point blank. But then I go look and see who control the food, meaning that, okay, in this society you got to own land. So now who own that land? And then I realized who owned that land. We didn't have a shortage before these owners took over these lands. And now these owners who took over these lands, they're a part of the WEF, and the WEF have agendas, and like I said about the Georgia Guidestones, when those things, went caboose, when it went kaboom, you know, we don't know which one of those Georgia Guidestones were taken out. Was it the one that said depopulate 500,000? If it was that one, then it was a code. It was a message. So you guys got to understand, one event triggers another event, triggers another event, triggers another event. And it almost seems like it's a calculated thing. And it almost seems like it's a message for one event to the next event to the next event. It's like it's a message among a society to let them know it's time for the next, it's time for the next, it's time for the next. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just, it's like it's just really, 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 truly crazy how the most people, like I had one person in the video, I mean not the video, in the comment section. I posted a video with Gilly the Kid. He's a rapper from Philadelphia, right? And he's beefing with Rick Ross, which is a rapper from Miami. And I posted a video and I had somebody say in the comment section, I'm disappointed in seeing you post two guys beefing with one another. But they don't understand that my channel is more complex. It's really, really complex. It's me talking about stuff like this, but how I'm gonna reach the how I'm gonna reach the masses. Excuse me. How I'm gonna reach the masses of people if I don't spark people interest. You know, how many of teenagers, not teenagers, but how many young men and young women are entertained by bullshit on a daily basis that's keeping their mind off of real shit. So when I post things like that, it's for me to grab an audience so I can have the attention span to tell them about what's going on around in the real world. So I'm going to continue to do things like that, post things like that, because I'm trying to be informative and let as many people know that Sri Lanka, a country like Sri Lanka, a whole country bankrupt, and that could be you. So when I post a video like that, it's because I might get that person to like and subscribe to the channel, and then the next video I post, they're gonna be about a real life event, and they gonna see that because they subscribe to the channel. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you already woke and you know you're aware of what's going on, it's time for you to reach somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. That's my whole pattern. And to those who've been with the channel, they know that's my whole pattern because I already mentioned this before in a video prior to. I said, well, you guys might see videos that's very irrelevant to worldly events, and it might be in the entertainment side because it's a different target audience that I'm trying to reach also to wake them up about what's really going on, what's truly going on, right? And in order to do that, you have to step into those people perimeter of lane and talk about things or spark things or post things that they like. But once you do that, then you can bring them into what the reality is of what's really going on. You know, you could bring them into letting them see, hey, like I said, and I'm gonna repeat this. Like I said, okay, some people don't know about the Georgia Guidestones. I've been covering the Georgia Guidestones for about a year now, almost talking about them. I'm the first person that said this right here, and I'm gonna repeat it verbatim. I said it's protests going on around the country. You know, it was protests about this statue, and this statue, and that statue. And I said that nobody realized that the Georgia Guidestones want everybody gone. Why can't we come up with a petition and bring it to the governor of Georgia and ask him to remove them? I'm the first person on YouTube to ever say that, or probably the only person that ever said that on YouTube. And I said that we need to get a petition and get it removed legally. I said that. You know what I mean? And I was like everybody flickering over statues that don't mean shit. But if you realize that those statues keep you divided, you'll realize it's one that want everybody not here. And the one that don't want everybody here is the actual one that we all need to be coming together saying, hey, you need to take this shit down. And I had people in the comment section saying, no, that's a part of history. No, what I mean, what's a part of history? Something that don't want you here? Something that don't want your kid here? Something don't want your future grandkid here? Nah. I'm the one who said go to the governor of Georgia and sign a petition legally to get these things removed. So let me get back to what I was saying though. That's how awoke I am. That's how much I'm paying attention to what's going on in the world. And for me to utilize hip hop, which is the world predominant gender, which got your kids' attention right now, to use that lane to wake up young adults, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You're gonna see videos like that. You're gonna see it because the world is in a strange place and it ain't going back to normal no time soon. If you do a poll right now and you ask the people, is the world going back to normal? The average person gonna tell you no. The average person, if you do 5 people, I don't know what CNN be getting their polls from. You know, they say we asked the poll say this, but I know I ain't never took a poll by phone or by mail or by email or nothing. I know I ain't never take a like when these news outlets say that they got polls. I ain't never seen a poll, one of the polls show up in front of me to even take it. Never. And I'm quite sure you haven't either. So at the end of the day, I'm using this platform to wake people up. And I'm gonna end this message like this. You know, if you ain't got no, you don't have to go break your bank because I told you guys it won't be no situation where it's an all out everybody lose everything. I can't say certain words in this live. I said that the same people that sit at the round table is the same people who not engaging in situations upon one another. They're utilizing the 99% to do it. You know, and when you look at it from that standpoint, you realize that the world ain't gonna never end. The world will never go nowhere. But mankind will self-destruct itself. And in the event of mankind self-destructing itself, the world will replenish itself. The earth will replenish itself. Because you see, man can't destroy what the Most High created themselves. You see? And man is doing at destroying themselves on a rapid rate. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, get you some water, get you some water, get you some canned goods, and just stay mentally intact. The world ain't gonna go through no doom situation. It won't happen. It's just that it's gonna be situations that are gonna make life as you used to know it not the same, and they haven't been the same in the past 2 years. So mentally, you should already be prepared for it. But in the event that they say that there's no more food or there's no more water, are you prepared for that? Salute. This 504 cut. I rock with y'all the long way. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.